What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of GeekCypha here on Free X Agents Media. Also available on Twitch, twitch.tv/GeekCypha. And you can also visit our website, geekcypha.com, GeekCypha. We have another one for you, 405th edition. Crazy when you say the number out loud.
That's right.
Yeah.
Around
405th. We have a bunch of stuff that we're going to be discussing. I think if anything, we'll start off with one of the biggest pieces of news. We were talking some politics stuff before the show started, and I've seen this meme used to explain what's been going on the most. John Cena turns heel. John Cena turning heel has been used as on Himmel, has been used on online. I've seen people tagging Ukraine and USA and The Rock as Russia, and we all saw it.
No.
We all saw it. It happened. Elimination
Chamber.
It's
Break-A-Wish
Slime season's here,
Foundation.
people. Slime season's here.
Yeah, it's all Break-A-Wish now.
so. I would love to start off with the two of you, Dave and Jaws, giving me a little bit, and me being the avatar for listeners who might not know as much about wrestling, giving me a little bit of background on John Cena and the relationship between Cena and The Rock, and why this moment is so important. Make-A-Wish Foundation things. I'm hearing so much stuff. So can you give me a rundown of what, like, even the joke Break-A-Wish, like why,
Yeah. Okay.
where,
I'll
who,
defer to you,
what?
Dave.
All right. So, well, I mean, let's take a step back. I mean, Rock's always been a character that's like been on the fence. He's a good guy, he's a bad guy. But John Cena, minus his maybe the first year and a half that he was with the company, has been a major babyface. He's actually broken various. So the Break-A-Wish comes from the fact that he has done the most Make-A-Wish of any professional sport or person, from my understanding, any celebrity. He's done the most. I think he's won Guinness World Records of it.
Yep.
And he's always been seen as the good guy. So the concept that
Even quick question, even when he did the Thugonomics intro, he was still a good guy.
he was still, that was, so like when he first arrived, he was in like these weird shorts that he was like, everyone kind of made fun of him. Then he became Thugonomics, which is when, like, we'll be honest, that's when his career started to go. And that's when he was like a little bit blurred the lines. He, like, because like, he's a rapper, but then he'd sometimes do heel-ish things, but he never went full throttle.
Okay.
He's just, always been the good guy. Borderline want to say like he's a G.I. Joe-esque type character.
He did
almost
the Marine, the movie.
he did the Marine. He's done.
Guy.
Yeah, and he's been the face of the company for like almost since he started.
I'm assuming. I think some people are saying he should have gone heel in the sense of like same with what's his name, Roman Reigns. When Roman Reigns was like the good guy, it's like, oh, why did you just go heel? It'd be so good. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
But
Well, the one thing, so he actually addressed once in the past, he was pitching to become a bad guy. Like, he had new ring gear, he had a new music, he did like a new rap and everything like that. And then like basically yada 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 never happened.
Okay.
So then you're coming up to the Elimination Chamber where The Rock is telling Cody Rhodes, like, I want you to be my champion. He's doing.
Wait, before
Sorry,
that,
go on more. Go on.
I was gonna say before that, it's also John Cena's last big tour. He's going to retire after.
Right.
So that's also a big thing. So how do you make something like this mean something where the face becomes the heels? Go on.
Yeah, Dave. Exactly. And that's the other thing that I think made it that no one saw this coming, because you're in your last, let's call it his last year. I don't know exactly how many days or whatever it is.
His last tour.
But it's that last tour, which I think it's going to culminate by the end of like early 2026, more likely than not before next year's WrestleMania, but digress. So everyone's thinking, he's just going to do John Cena stuff for the next year and give us all those last minute great matches or combinations of matches of that everyone wants to see one last time or for the first time because, he's retiring. And then Elimination Chamber comes up, and the side story is Cody Rhodes going to turn heel and join The Rock? The Rock has been, taunting Cody Rhodes for like a long time. Join me. You'll become a bigger star you ever were as long as you turn your back on all the people. Mm-hmm. Elimination Chamber happens, which is a 6-man elimination fight where whoever's the winner ends up getting a shot at WrestleMania, specifically for Cody Rhodes' title. Cena wins that in a very 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 babyface type fashion.
So clean. He won it.
Very,
clean.
very clean. Very like, you know,
Means that he won
everyone's
it
like
fair. He didn't cheat.
fair.
He didn't kick anyone in the balls. He didn't spit in anyone's eyes.
Yeah, no.
Like when you think of a bad guy doing bad guy things, they're cheating to win. He did not cheat to win.
Like literally up until the moment that happens, people are cheering for John Cena as if he's still like the homegrown hero as he has always been.
And this was in Toronto too, right?
It was in Toronto, which I think he has a bit of history in the sense of like, you know, he's been around a while, but I think he's had some really good moments in Toronto. I can't name them per se, but
well, so that's more icing on that cake.
Yeah, it's all icing on that cake. And then, you know, so at the end of the match, John Cena is still huffing and puffing from the match. He's celebrating. You have Cody Rhodes comes out. You have to congratulate him. You have The Rock that comes out and says, you know, Cody Rhodes, are you going to accept selling your soul to me? Blah 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 blah. It was very actually Vince-like, which was kind of like creeping me out a little bit. But I digress.
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, it was very.
It's real. Remember that tagline for all us like wrestling nerds and fans is always "It's real to me, damn it." And if you could intertwine and blur it, and you just don't know, like that's always a good feeling. Like
they did a really good job of smoke and mirrors on this one. That's for sure. And then what ends up, and I actually read online that apparently they were going to play it by ear because Toronto is infamous for the Rock and Hollywood Hogan fight, which for anyone who knows is at WrestleMania. Hulk walked into a match against The Rock. He was like quote unquote NWO Hollywood Hogan. He was the heel walking in, and within 2 minutes of the match, The Rock and Hogan did an audible. They're like, we have to switch roles. Like, you are clearly the face here. I'm clearly heel here. So let's do our match. And like the fans are doing this to us. So let's switch the match so that we give that to the fans. Like we're starting off on our where we started, but as the match goes on, like The Rock starts doing heel things, Hogan starts doing face things, and they switch. So The Rock went on record saying that they did not know how they were going to end this, and legit apparently what ends up happening is that Cody Rhodes basically tells The Rock to F off. He actually said so. And then him and Cena embrace. Like, yeah, we're going to fight at WrestleMania. And apparently when that happened, The Rock was supposed to give a gesture to John Cena, which we obviously know he ends up doing the kill him type.
The worst next
but it's interesting because he keeps doing like three, like everyone's like, oh, why does he keep doing like three motions? Like his fingers keep doing a three, and then this one he does the motion, but then he does like two. So you know, I think they're gonna try to make it. If they do, they might try to make it into something or whatever. But
because it was bad, dude. That was the first thing corny. I saw.
It was corny,
and I was just like, this is a lazy like. I was like, who wrote the script on this one? What is happening?
Do you think The Rock should have done his people's eyebrow, or that's saved for the people?
I don't know.
Or
do something pretty, but
you know what I think though? I think the concept of whether he did 1, 2, or 3 would have told Cena, like they probably had 3 different options. Sure. You're taking number 2. You're not doing number 1. You're not doing 3. You're doing number 2. That's what I derived out of it. But regardless, that happens.
That's so sad.
And then ultimately Cena kicks Cody in the balls, ends up beating him up, and he does this infamous heel turn. And I will say this.
I wish I watched this.
I don't think
drama. This is men's story. This is our
this is Shakespeare.
Hey, I actually like WWE.
So good.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But it's just like this is it. Like this is like the story. And honestly, it's I gotta show his face again because Cena's eyes looking at The Rock.
That's the look he gives him when he does the 3 things.
Yeah, and it is so funny. Also, one of the things I noticed is how much darker Cena's hair is.
Yeah.
Compared to all the other times. Because I looked up a lot of pictures of Cena after this, and you could tell that they really went for the shadowing. I don't know if it's a makeup, but like even just how he looks.
Oh, he looks evil. He looks possessed.
Evil.
He looks possessed now.
And I hate it that they did such a good job with it because it's so ridiculous, but it's also like this is a soap opera.
The unsung heroes of wrestling, in my opinion, are the cameramen, the editors, the producers, the people that say switch the camera, this cut in, zoom in,
the good refs
tight on this, over here, over there, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, this person in the crowd over there is shocked. Get in on that, you know.
Yeah.
That's always like the craziness that's probably going on in their headsets, just getting all that direction down.
And there's been a lot of sorry, go on.
I didn't mean the thing I kind of told everybody too was just seeing all the reactions online that people are posting up of their kids just freaking out, of Cena fans all holding up, like,
crying,
you know, never give up, and like no, they're just super into it and just crying. Or this little kid's like, Dad, you can't wear that John Cena.
Oh yes,
you can't wear that shirt anymore.
Yeah, the kid telling his dad he can't wear Cena to McDonald's anymore.
No, you're not.
Was so funny, especially in a world where recently people have been like, oh, you know, you can't wear Kanye anymore. You can't wear this anymore. To see a little kid have their own moment of, you can't wear that, was fantastic.
Well, that's the thing. Like, the one thing I will say, so there's been a lot of significant heel turns in the industry.
Hogan, Macho Man, when Shawn Michaels infamously throws his partner into the glass. Lesser known ones or lesser popularized ones is when Jeff Hardy finally became a heel in TNA, which was just a dark time for him in his career. But that's a whole other thing. But the thing is, out of all the heel turns, and up until now, anyone would say the most epic heel turn in the world was when Hulk Hogan became NWO Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
He was the fourth man, right?
He was the third man. He was the infamous third man. So it was a 3-on-3 fight. The outsiders are there. You have Sting, Macho Man, and Lex Luger on the other side. And Hogan's coming down because you think he's going to help him. And then he ultimately becomes the third man. Now, what was wild about that night is, like, people were like getting really physical with it. Like, the amount of drinks that were thrown in the, like, you literally see him talking at one point in a can,
bottles
smashes on his chest and like explodes and stuff. It's hilarious. So I equate this Cena's heel turn is potentially the new Hulk Hogan heel turn. It is so significant.
It's the current, like, kid generation.
Exactly. It is.
Everyone's been a fan of Cena for this whole time, you know?
Yeah. And it's very epic. The reason why Hogan's trumps Cena's to a certain degree is because of what I just described. You saw physically people getting angry, where I thought the crowd in this one, the difference is in this crowd, you literally just had people jaws on the floor. You had kids crying. You had some adults crying in there. You had all these videos coming out, and at the end of the day, I will applaud them, because this is the only way you would have made his last run fresh. I don't know how long you're going to make it go for, because I don't think he's going to end his run as a bad guy.
Right. But yeah, I get what you're saying, because when you're watching, like, anything you watch, I think one of the best examples for a nerd would be when you were watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and they just kept having Ward come back.
You're like, no.
And you're like, Ward has been back 4 seasons in a row as the bad guy. You need to kill this guy off. It's just like, if you're the hero for the entire run, it kind of gets boring in wrestling. It's just like, you're going to be a face for your whole... Has there ever been someone who did face the entire career, never break?
The closest... So the only person I can equate...
Because 22 years, they said, right?
22 years. I think the only person that comes to mind, and he was in stables that danced the line, but it was the stable that danced the line, not him. Rey Mysterio is the only person I can think of that has never turned heel.
Sting? I would say Sting, maybe, right?
No, because
Sting's done heel.
Sting technically went to Wolfpack, which was heel-esque. And when he was in TNA, he was in Main Event Mafia, which was also very against, like young.
Oh, okay.
But would you say that it was a heel? No, but he was dancing that line more than most. Even in the year that he became the Crow Sting, let's call it, he was doing heel things because he wasn't helping people. He was leaving to take the break to create that character by not being the babyface everyone knew.
Yeah, but he wasn't Surfer. He wasn't Surfer Sting.
He wasn't Surfer Sting. But if you're talking about, like, raw, we love this guy. He's always, like, it's a very clear cut that you're the babyface. I think it's only ever been Rey Mysterio. Now, the only other 2 people to have such a longevity like this in this would be Sting, Hogan, and Cena would be the other people who are like, you had like, well, Cena until 2 seconds ago was 100%, but they're the other ones who had like 90% of your career, you were like a good guy. You know what I mean? But for this thing, I just thought It was like the funny thing is, everyone is happy.
Yeah.
And then the second he looks at The Rock, not even when he did the 3-finger thing, because the second he looks at The Rock, he changes his face.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of reaction videos. Everyone, the second he gives that look, the moment he gives that look, everyone knows what's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, I watched the clip, and the second I saw him hug Cody and made the face when he looks at The Rock, and the face is straightly, his lips are pierced, his eyes narrow in on The Rock, and I'm like, before The Rock even does the hand gesture, I'm like, no, something bad's about to happen. and then you see The Rock do the weird finger thing, and I was like, what the hell was that? And then
watch this after this.
Something I wanted to point out: things that made generations of kids cry. 8 tracks dying. 8 art tracks. Excuse me. Art tracks. The horse and never ending story.
Yeah.
That made kids cry. Optimus Prime dying.
Yeah.
That's like your dad dying. Mufasa dying.
Yeah.
John Cena turning heel.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's more. I'm sure there's more in there, but I think
John Cena turning heel. Honestly, I was so shocked because, and I posted a short on YouTube that as a joke, because I just gotten my haircut. Shout outs to Greg at Colors. I just gotten my haircut, and my haircut looked like Cena's old haircut with the buzz, which is a joke on the fact that Cena himself was appropriating black culture. But he was also in the military, so it was actually just a buzz fade. But at the time,
you don't know. Yeah. I mean, Bumpy Knuckles was on his track.
I know, but
against the line.
But like, we know he's doing cultural appropriation. We know he's 100%. Doing the fades. He essentially looks like Marky Mark from the Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
That's a perfect analogy.
That's
so great.
We understand the character he was playing. Yeah. So I posted a short saying, like, you go and get a haircut like the legend John Cena, and he turns heel. And I posted it,
burning, like shaving their heads off after.
I posted it to our shorts, and one of the comments from somebody was like, "Oh, John Cena, a black man getting a haircut like John Cena." And not understanding the appropriation, your father failed you. And I don't usually comment.
Oh my god!
But I had to reply.
Oh my god!
The fact that you got the joke but didn't get the joke makes this even funnier. Like, that's the joke, dude. If you didn't get the joke, like, I am playing on the fact that he appropriated black culture. Oh, that was the point. But man, was it so funny when I saw that comment, because I was like. Because, I mean, shout outs to all the people who are watching. Shout outs to all the new subscribers, because the numbers have been growing. We had a really great February. And
one last thing about this whole thing is
let me finish, Jaws. Let me finish, because I am connecting it. So, I want to thank everybody who's been following us and subscribing. But one of the things that's been fun is us taking advantage of all the posting stuff about the things that are happening as soon as possible. So one of the reasons that I posted, Cena stuff was this wrestling thing is important. So this is the type of show we're doing. Yeah. And to the new followers, we appreciate that you're here, because you get to experience what we've always been into, which is stuff like this, having you guys talk about this stuff. I'll let you guys go ahead.
I was going to say, one of the best memes I saw was basically, because of Cena's heel turn, they're going to fly the jorts at half mast.
The jorts.
Fly the jorts at half mast.
God.
But I actually have a funny theory about this, and it's really funny that I thought of this theory, and then I was reading the memes about Break a Wish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So my theory about one of the reasons why he accepted to do this. So John Cena has done a lot of Make-A-Wish, but he's trying to, whether it's by the end of the year or a year from now, whatever it is, he obviously wants to put WWE behind him. And part of that is for sure the concept of doing a lot of Make-A-Wishes for John Cena fans. I'm convinced one of the reasons why he did this is that he wants to get such a sour image of himself in the last year, so he doesn't get the requests to do Make-A-Wishes anymore.
Oh my god.
And the fact that the first meme the next day is Break-A-Wish Foundation, which I ironically think WWE planted.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
I'm 100% convinced he did this just so he doesn't have to do it anymore.
The amount of memes that they had in the tuck waiting for this
yeah.
are probably insane.
Yeah.
My other favorite one was POV. You're a kid from Make-A-Wish Foundation. You ask to see John Cena, but The Rock comes in first, and then they just superimpose a hospital room. And I guess the kid's supposed to be Cody Rhodes, and they're just both beating up.
Oh my god!
Just
Do
the
you
background of
guys-
the hospital room, and just Cena and The Rock are beating up this kid who's supposed to be Cody.
What I wanted to ask you guys one more question before we pivot to the Oscars. Speaking of great performances, because this whole thing is a great performance, is there anyone else that they could have done this storyline with other than Cena? Or is there any other storyline they could have done where Cena comes back and turns heel without The Rock?
I think you could have done. Think you could have easily done the heel turn without The Rock, in the sense of it could have just been like, no, I want my title. I'm just going to kick the crap out of you now to make sure it's serious.
Okay.
Also, because in my mind, I think they're doing all this because I do think they want to take the title ultimately off of Cody Rhodes, and they're trying. Like, my theory before this happened, like even when Elimination Chamber was just like, they were just setting up the matches, I'm like, well, Cena's going to win because a strong superhero Cena is the only person who could really dethrone Cody without him like losing any credit.
Okay.
And I feel by doing this and then getting like, shenanigans to happen at WrestleMania more than likely than not, it's the safest way to get the title off of Cody while giving it to Cena. So it's still like a popular person has it.
Yeah.
To give Cody Rhodes maybe like a bit of a break, because he has been working excessively hard ever since he's been in WWE, and he's been there for like, I think about 3-4 years now, and he's been running. The guy wrestled with a torn pec, and you see it's like a whole purple pec and everything.
That era was that like short run of his was creepy. Like it looked like he was just constantly bleeding under his chest.
And the guy was stabbing him with like a stick in it in the match, that the one match that he did with it. He was poking. I was like, I felt uncomfortable watching.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Cody's like, go for it, do it.
Yeah. The only thing I thought. The only thing I didn't like about the whole heel turn thing is, so they have Travis Scott right there, like for some weird. So you have
he's been around.
Like, Travis Scott has been at a lot of wrestling.
No, I understand, but like let's paint a picture, right?
But don't forget, we have to go into Oscars. So
we will. Like, you have someone who's been champion all year. You have had two people who've been champions over 20-40 years of experience. Then you have random Travis Scott.
Yeah,
he's the only one with a title on him. He's smoking weed in the freaking ring for some stupid reason. And then he's supposed to attack Cody. He doesn't. And then the one time he throws a punch at him, apparently he broke his eardrum.
He broke his eardrum?
He bursted his there's a circulation report going around that Cody is injured with a busted eardrum because of one punch this guy gave him. And it was, you see it goes straight onto the ear. People said he really swung at him. I'm like, I don't think he's like, I bet he could swing harder, because obviously I'm hoping the guy realizes he's supposed to be throwing a fake punch there. But you see it hit and you're like, yeah, that probably wasn't good. The one thing you had one job, just punch him somewhere, and you chose like the most vulnerable spot.
Should have brought him to Brett, put him in the dungeon, get him
trained. Anyways, I digress. That's all I had to say about that.
Wild. That I don't even know what to say about that whole thing, other than, like I said before, amazing performances all around. This whole thing is the Rock and Cena are doing it, I guess, and they picked the perfect time to do it, because they picked two of their most famous wrestlers and the most popular wrestlers as they transition onto Netflix with this big storyline. I do have one question: is this is WrestleMania going to be on Netflix now?
For sure, it has to be.
Yes. So it's not a pay-per-view thing.
No, all the pay-per-views are now on Netflix.
Will it stream live on Netflix?
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing. The only thing I'm surprised about the whole Netflix merger, now that it's been around, I'm surprised they haven't added a tier for you to get their sports content.
Whoa, it's coming.
Yeah, that's down the road.
But like,
no, wait, but Netflix they don't have a lot of sports content yet. They don't have a
lot of sports content yet, but they are testing a lot of live content.
Yes.
Which eventually it's going to become a subscription that they're going to add if you want live events. Because they even did the Guild Awards, which I was like shocked about.
Yeah, but they want an award show. They've been wanting an award show. They've been going after the award shows supposedly in Hollywood pretty hard, and this was the one that they could get a deal for. And it worked for them because they got a whole bunch of memes out of it. People
No, it was great. I watched it. It was great.
Yeah.
It's just I know that they're on the way of trying to get a bunch of live content, and then obviously they're going to charge more.
Netflix's dream is to be a live network that people are just constantly on. That's what they want. They don't they like
be the new TV.
Yeah, well, that's been their goal all along. They want to be the new TV.
It's so crazy to think how they started. Like,
yep, House of Cards.
Let's ship you this DVD.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about the streaming era.
Remember your roots.
Jesus.
Yeah, but they don't remember their roots because they specifically went after their competitor who was also doing DVDs, killed them, killed the whole business, pivoted 180 degrees, and went full hard streaming and never looked back. Exactly. And then slowly used the Amazon model of getting everyone to trust you and put all your come to us. We're not a threat. We just want to.
What is best in life?
Yeah, we just want to put this on your little thing. Yeah, Amazon. Amazon. Just sell your stuff on Amazon. It's okay, guys. We're taking a little percentage. It's not a big thing. And here we are, 2025, and the two biggest businesses are Amazon and Amazon Prime, 100%. Where online shopping.
We're having a postal strike. No one flinched.
Yeah.
Let's just be serious.
And Netflix, when it comes to streaming, Netflix has almost 300 million subscribers worldwide and has live. No, I don't have Spotify. I don't have Netflix. And the only reason I have Amazon is because I use it because I get free books with Audible from Amazon. That's all it is.
And you get Prime for free too. You get more than this stuff.
Hey, Prime content is pretty good. So
I don't watch music content.
Good. The Boys? You don't watch The Boys? You don't watch Invincible?
On Prime? No.
Okay, that was the distinction.
Like right there.
He could do it, but he'd rather not. He just pirate it anyways.
But I don't pirate anything. Excuse you. I use sources. Let's not start throwing out those terms.
Sorry.
Pause.
Sorry.
Okay, over there.
Don't get you arrested, man. You don't want to.
This guy out here just starting wild rumors. Don't forget this is a comedy podcast. I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Use a snitch.
Yeah.
What's his name?
But all that to say, I don't like. I'm not going to watch Amazon with their ads because specifically Amazon wants you to watch them with the ads because, and this is a thing that everyone needs to remember: subscribing to these services on the ad tier, that's what they want. They're going to increase the price for the no ad tiers to the point where it seems so insane you would never do it because they make more money off of you with the ads.
Of course.
Because the advertising
they get advertisement money.
Exactly. And on top of that, the crazy thing to me is Netflix makes you pay for a subscription and you still get ads on those lower tiers. And it's not like you can get you're getting like the 1080 version with ads and all this and you're still paying $15, $16 for Netflix?
I don't know. I don't even. I use my family's.
I'm grandfathered in. My shit's $18. I don't know.
Damn.
Your price is gonna go up, buddy.
The higher tiers.
Yeah, the price is gonna go up, though, Skinny. They're gonna raise it.
I know. I'm just wrestling. Leave me alone. For the first time in ever, I can watch everything, not leave my house. Like I'm lit Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Come on, man.
They have wrestling Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Well, now Evolve is just premiering tonight on YouTube. Shouts to Evolve, which is going to be the lower, it's okay. So if NXT was their farm team, all the bright and up and comers, Evolve is even lower than that.
Yeah, it's like training day.
Exactly. So I want to see what that's about, and then what's that? Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know. I'll catch up on something else. Maybe watch Invincible because I have 3 or 4 episodes to catch up. And then Friday SmackDown. Every 2 weeks there's a pay-per-view. Fam.
I know. I'm seeing.
So it's worth. Okay, I will. Sorry, Josh. I'll let you finish because I want to ask this question to the Netflix subscribers after.
Yeah. Because I know I saw someone put up a video on YouTube about. Hey, now that we could watch everything from WWE, they were watching Raw from I guess the 90s, and they were trying to figure out how they're trying to book Kane when he was like running with the belt, and they're like, they didn't even understand. They're like, how did this even work? Did they even have a plan for this guy? I guess it just seemed very random with his belt run.
So random.
His actual run or his 24-hour run, then he handed it to Stone Cold Steve Austin the next day.
I think his actual run is where he's still with the mask, so I don't know when that was. And the fake hair. But go on, Brian.
Okay, so I just want to ask those of you who are subscribed to Netflix and actually paying for Netflix right now, how many of you on the pod? 3 of you. Okay, so we have.
Well, I don't know if I count.
Well, you're not paying for it yourself.
Yeah.
Then no, yeah.
Because your household, because I don't, my household pays for it. I'll say it that way.
Yeah, but you're paying for it.
I am the household.
I literally go to my parents' house to like
re-up
food.
Re-up.
No.
She's doing what I said.
She's having life hacks here.
No, but
free food, chilling on the couch.
No. Go ahead, hit them, Ness.
2 weeks, it says, "Are you traveling? You seem like you're not in the household." Blah blah blah. And then I have to like call my dad and be like, "Hey, Dad, I need the code." And he's like, "All right, here it is." It's like a routine now. Every like couple weeks.
And I keep telling people, so one thing super quick, I'm going to ask this question, but I also want to remind people, if you are trying to figure out a hack for this, instead of connecting to, let's say you're on a Fire Stick or whatever you're using, your smart TV, connect the thing on Wi-Fi when you connect your Netflix, and then use your phone to tether.
Yeah. That's what I had to do. I had to basically just make sure I was at my parents' house on their Wi-Fi.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying do the flip. So use the phone as a tether, so that's the Wi-Fi network. That way the Wi-Fi network is mobile and can go anywhere. And then if you sign up and connect for your Netflix from a hotspot, yeah, because then it's like, oh, this is your Wi-Fi network. This is the network that you are using for your primary account. This is your house. Cool. And then that's just a mobile one that you can take anywhere. And I've been telling people to try that, because if you're going to share it.
Would that affect my other...
I mean, if you're hotspotting, every time someone connects, you just have to hotspot to the phone. Because Netflix doesn't know your Wi-Fi network.
Maybe have off the...
No.
I don't know if this is a wise thing.
I want to tell people how to scam Netflix.
No. Tell it, but I'm talking about like the step-by-step play that you guys are about to say. Maybe
Netflix
it's not
all day. Anyways,
I'm sure you can find a video of it on YouTube. So
yeah. So there are 4 plans for those of you who are paying. There's standard with ads, which is $7.99. The video and the sound quality are marked as good. It's 1080. It's 1080 HD full resolution. You can get it on a TV, a computer, a mobile phone, and a tablet. You get 2 devices, 2 download devices.
That's really 720, by the way. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
What do you mean 720?
Because they're probably downscaling your shit, man. Come on.
Oh yeah.
You're not. Come on.
That's fair. Then you have standard with no ads, 1080p, $18.99, which is like $11 more.
That's what $9.99 was, and you just kept paying, and it just went.
Jesus
so now $10 more than when it started.
So they're charging you $11 to cut the ads out, and for it to be worth it to them, $11 is the minimum. That there's no way they're making only $11 a month per person. So they're probably taking a loss with that one. But then the premium 4K HDR is $24.
Need all those pixels.
Yeah, it includes spatial audio, 6 download devices, 4 devices that can connect.
There's only so many 4K DVDs I could buy at a time.
How many devices does the other one have?
2 for the other 2.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because Pops has it on the Fire Stick at his house, and then I have it at home here. Whatever.
So at what price, the question essentially is, at what price do you think you would drop down to like the ad tier, or
immediately? I'm cheap.
Well, you're on the ad tier right now?
I believe so.
Okay. Skinny, you're not on ads. You're on 18, the standard, you said, right?
Actually, no. So we're on the 18 one.
Yeah, we're on grandfather. The grandfather.
No ads. And then Jaws, you?
I'm on the max one, but if it hits 30, I'm gonna either drop.
You on the max? Who are you?
I'm on the max. I got a nice TV. I got internet.
I know that's same.
But like, come on.
No, but dude, same.
Like, there's only so many 4K Blu-rays I could buy. They're too expensive.
Jaws.
So...
that's
same page. If I was still paying for it, I would always get the 4K because I have a 4K 65-inch TV, and I'm not gonna put 1080 on the 4K TV when the 4K is available.
Guys, I'm telling
What's
you,
the
it
point?
looks
Principle.
the same. What do you
No,
want?
it doesn't.
More sweat?
It does
Fuck
not
it.
look the same. Skinny,
What?
Skinny, you who has worked in the industry knows it doesn't look the same. Get out of here.
Yes, it does. That's all
No,
a
it
lie.
doesn't.
It's listen.
No, it's not.
No,
Nah.
after 4K, it ain't go. It doesn't
No,
get better. Sure.
After, yeah.
After
8K.
4K, I have
8K doesn't
4K.
matter.
Once
8K you
get
can't
the-
tell.
Listen, I'll explain it like this. Jaws don't understand. It's like the last Super Saiyan that Goku just did. What's that? Still Instinct?
Oh, I don't even. I can't. I didn't even.
Silver
keep
or
track.
whatever.
Silver
I
and
didn't even keep
Instinct?
track. I know what you
Exactly.
mean.
It's not needed. You don't need fucking 4K. What do I need to see your goddamn pores for, nigga? I don't need that.
No, but
I
it's
don't.
not. Hold on, Skinny. It's not that. I don't need the 4K, but if I have a 4K TV, why would I want less resolution that looks grainier on the TV? Like, I
would
can tell
buy
the difference
4K
between-
if I
Yeah.
use the 4K.
I would have just bought a 1080 TV then. I got a 4K TV.
Regarding any situation, backgrounds, like layouts, sunset. What are you trying to see? The pebbles on the rocks? Are you trying to see the fucking lines in the leaves? What do you need? You don't need it.
I don't know about you, but me who doesn't necessarily watch sports all the time, the first time I watched a sporting event in 4K, I was just like, this is some of the best shit I've ever seen in my
But I
life.
wasn't even talking about sports. I was talking about visuals just back then. So I mean, when we came up on our little bullshit TVs, you know what I'm saying?
CRT.
Right.
We do not need 4K. So even if you have a 4K TV, 1080, you're nice, bro. You're nice.
See, I see what Skinny's saying because
Yeah,
like
I agree.
we I'm sorry, Ness, this might be excluding you, but like I remember a time where it was it was a bulb TV and it was black and white. So
Hey,
the
yeah.
fact that now
I don't remember black and
the
white.
fact
I do. Yeah.
and you had and Jaws is coming with me.
Get the.
Jaws is coming
No, we were all there.
bunny
We were all
ears,
there.
the bunny ears.
When your first remote was one that the wire was still connected
Yep.
to the TV,
And you have to press the button.
so you just have to
The remote started at 2
Yeah,
because one wasn't a channel.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
all
you,
this
you can just walk halfway to the TV
Holy
to change the
shit.
channel instead. And for those who are deep cut, when that remote was actually just a turn knob, like
Yes,
let's,
yeah.
let's be
that I
serious.
don't know about.
Okay, no, yeah.
Too far.
But-
Vision is too
but-
far
what
for
I'm
me.
saying, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, okay, but
But no, let me finish my point.
Okay,
But
go
then
ahead,
we
finish.
went from that to it looks like a painting on my wall, but it's the fucking TV. I think I understand what Skitty's saying. We don't have to be that
Okay.
greedy at this point in time in our
I'll
lives.
say this though. I'll say this, Skinny,
For 24 bucks is wild. That's all.
Skinny. Real quick. I'll put it to you this way.
Yeah.
We've all played Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64.
Atari, but go on.
We went all the way up.
Leader, man.
We by your logic, we played all those 8-bit, 16-bit, 64-bit. We got all the way to this. We now got polygons that look human. We don't have to go that far. Why are we going that far?
You see their pores, and you just
The
see
game-
their pores.
Grand Theft Auto 6 is taking so long to make because the consoles won't even be able to play the damn thing, and the game is taking so long because it's going to be you buy games now and the game takes up half the fucking drive on a PS5.
Oh,
So
that's
you could
Call
play-
of Duty. That's Call of Duty.
That's
You
Call
buy
of
You
the
know-
disc, and you
but
still
I'm
have to
saying-
download the rest of the game.
Why am I doing this then? I might as well not do it.
I'll bring you to that point. There's a reason why I played a PS4 game, WWE 2K19, on a PS5, because the system itself brings the old games up to a little bit of the resolution. Even telling you that you don't need it. They're even telling you, Log, you don't need
Not. There's some PS4 games they'll let you upscale, but you have to
Yeah.
play first party ones for sure.
Fine.
So-
Okay. But all
You'll
to
be like,
say,
hey, give us a little extra, and we'll hook you up with the extra pixels.
and then the
man.
next thing that I'll go is what Lee J is saying. Depends on your TV brand. What TV brands are you guys rocking? Because Samsung got me.
Vizio.
Samsung, I think it's solid. It's always in solid.
I don't even know my brand because it's Amazon TV that they got another company to make. So I don't know who
Oh.
I
makes the
get a new
TV.
TV. I'll probably do Hisense or THC.
Okay, so at which point I understand you guys getting the 4Ks because y'all on some bullshit. What the fuck is an Invisio? Hold on, Brian. You know, Dave, you're okay. Nessa, what are you rocking with?
Okay, this is like weird, but I'm not really like a techie person, so I don't really care about my make of TV.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
have an old RCA 65
I was-
Wow.
55 inch, sorry. that I've had since my first apartment, like almost 10 years ago.
So it has,
So
like one HDMI port and like
it's actually
the
it
three
holds
colors.
up, and I played with the settings, and this like it looks. I'm happy with it, but I'm not.
I was gonna
picky,
say,
like
but Ness, you like movies, and if you
Yeah.
know a movie's supposed to look a certain way, wouldn't you want to see it at the best quality?
as long as it's clear. Like
Well,
the
you
only
always
thing
have
I
to
don't
remember-
like, I don't like blurriness. Like I don't like when it's like fuzzy, blurry, like that
So
type
standard
of.
HD. She's good.
But do you want
But
grain?
HD, I don't mind
Like I
it.
said, grain.
Well, we know some of the movies are
don't-
grainy.
But I don't mind it. Like if when I watch older movies, I do see some.
They need
grain,
to be,
and that's
though.
okay.
Some of them. All I know is when I spoke to Spike Lee and I said I would watch his movie on a VHS, he's just like, no, get the DVD. Like the whole joke was, don't watch my shit on lower quality. Watch it the best quality.
I'm not
Because
saying.
remember when they're editing and everything, like back in those days, they were watching it in a nice quality CRT, everything they're seeing
Agreed.
everything, and then they have to put that on a VHS and send it to you.
The most
and you're
compressed.
cheating somewhere.
I won't lie though. I won't
Pan
lie
scan.
though. I only. This is my situation because I've just been using what I have for like costs
Right.
and whatever. But eventually, when I have my own house, I'm gonna have a theater and I'm gonna have the best screen and the best sound system. So for sure, I'm
And
gonna spend a lot to get
There
the
you
best
go.
quality
And
stuff.
real quick, when you do that, are you going to get 720 or 1080 versions of the movie, or are you gonna spend for a 4K HD
I'm gonna get a
version?
4K. I'm gonna
Oh, why are you?
no, she's talking,
I
I'm
would say
gonna
it
get a
depends on the
4K.
movie.
Yes, she said she's gonna get a 4K, which I have. I have 4K ULED.
But
I'm a
yeah,
son
I
from y'all.
wouldn't pay for
Thank
Netflix
you.
4K.
Yeah, what up?
So you wouldn't pay?
I want my
shoulders
I
a bit
want
more.
my system to be 4K. I want my audio
Right.
to be the top quality, and I want to have 4K movies for
Right.
sure.
They're not
That's
making Blu-rays
collectible
and
items,
DVDs
though.
anymore, though.
Yeah, they're not gonna make them forever.
I know,
If
I
they
No,
don't
they're already
make them-
not making them.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, but there's devices you can buy that show 4K. Like, so I don't need to pay for a streaming service that's 4K.
Or you can go to the library and rent them.
But for the movie, that's what I'm saying. For the like La N, if La N 4K is not available, but they have a 4K version of La N on Netflix, you would rather watch the old
I just
version.
can't. No, well, I just can't justify paying for like a monthly service to get a 4K. Like, my issue with streaming services is that it's not forever. Like,
Right.
I'd
Guys,
rather.
This is why you
hunt-
should sail the seas.
I'd
I
rather
know, I
hunt
kind of look at
for like that last like 4K Blu-ray or something than pay for a streaming service that's 4K.
Land ho! Oh, sorry.
like the way I kind of look at streaming service is the same thing. Like
It probably
a gym
doesn't make
membership.
sense though.
Oh yeah.
You know, you're not going to use all the machines in the gym. You're not going to use them all. Why are you paying all that money for all this equipment you're never going to use?
No, for real though.
You're too embarrassed to use anything. You're just gonna sit there in front of the mirror and do your push-ups and do your sit-ups, do your
Don't
squats.
don't
do
tell
your
me that
dips.
they're gonna stop making them. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's already
I mean, let's
happening.
Jaws, she wants us to lie to her. Ness?
La 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 la.
No, Ness, I'm gonna lie to you. Ness, you know, the
You should do what I
Oscars.
did back in the day when like my friend would have the newest system and everything, and I want to get a game, but he's not getting it. I would just buy the game because I know when he moves on to the next system, I'm getting the old system. And I'm already there with my
God,
game.
You
I'm already
got
boom.
rich friend.
So if there's any
Yeah,
movies,
I was
you
about to
get
say,
now,
what
man,
rich friends are just
get
handing
them
out
now.
consoles?
he's now named. No.
my first HD TV that I got was literally just given to me because someone was just like, I bought a new one. And that's
Like,
not a rich fan. They were just
You
like,
have good friends.
No.
yeah, they were
No,
just
I-
throwing it out. That's
for me, it was like my friend had a PS1. He had the PS1. He had all the RPGs and stuff. And then he was like upgrading to PS2. And I was like, hey, can I have your PS1? He's like, yeah, sure. And it's like, okay, what PS2 games I want? I want this fighting game over here, and then this one and this one. All right, cool. And then when I ended up inheriting his PS1, I was like, cool. I'm already good to go. I
That's
got my own
hilarious.
like card, and I would play at his place every
But
once
you
in a
know
while or
what?
something.
Ness,
For
I'll
me-
say, yeah, go ahead.
It doesn't matter because one day I'm gonna open up a cinema. So
All right, there you
doesn't
go.
matter.
Speaking of opening up a cinema,
yeah.
are you gonna feature these movies? Honora,
100%.
That
did
was
you
our
like
goal.
Honora that much?
I loved Honora.
She reviewed it
damn.
with that. She said she loved it. I remember that.
Yeah, I loved
Yeah,
it.
I was the one that didn't like it. That's what it was.
I haven't seen it.
Honestly, though, but Ness, I know because when we did the end of the year episode, and when you talked about, you said 2024 wasn't the strongest year. When you saw some of these movies that were winning Oscars and some of these movies that were winning for Best Actor, Jesus Christ, Adrien Brody, fuck you. But like, you see all this stuff going on. What was your reaction? I mean, you guys heard his speech.
Yeah,
That's
I
why
was
said
gonna.
big fuck you.
We
Like,
can talk about
what
that
did he say in
later,
his speech?
but
What do you say in his speech?
Yeah, I didn't pay.
I didn't
oh, I mean,
I
if-
heard about gum. That's all I can.
well, okay, throwing the gum to his girlfriend, I don't think that was the worst thing because if I was accepting an award and I didn't know where to put the gum, I'm
Oh
gonna
my
give it to
God.
the one person who I think is
yeah,
okay
he probably
with.
did
if-
that like out of like
Yeah.
a quick.
Oh, I
You're
didn't think I was
you're
gonna
the
win.
only person who accepts my bodily fluids in this room. Guess what? You're getting the gum. Like I
Why
don't
don't you just swallow the gum?
because
Yeah.
he's not
I-
gonna swallow
like,
it.
oh my
I don't know, man.
Oh, who
Hey,
said
you know
that?
what?
Swallowing
Okay, so
gum.
gum dissolves in your body immediately. Like if you watch Bump in the Night and you think it lasts for 7 years in your stomach, you're wrong. Okay,
No,
like
I know
Thank
that's a
you.
myth, but like, I don't
People
know.
don't.
Weird.
Yeah, he didn't want to swallow it. I don't know.
Pussy.
You can't. Calling someone a pussy for not
he probably was
swallowing
like, I have
gum
to get rid
is
of this
I
wild.
gum.
thought all actors swallowed.
He probably.
Oh my God, Dave.
Probably like, I have to get rid of this gum because if I get up there, my mom's gonna be like, "Why didn't you throw out your gum? What the hell's wrong with you?"
But the biggest problem with Adrien Brody was he went up there. He did a almost 6 minute speech,
Oh,
the
they didn't play him
longest
off?
Oscar acceptance speech in the history of the Oscars. First of all,
Respect.
the speech is half him just pausing and taking long fucking pauses for no reason.
Aw, boo.
And when they start playing him off at one point, he says, "Well, wait, turn off the music. I've done this before."
Wait, what do you mean?
Because he's won an Oscar before
He
for
won
Best
the Oscar
Actor.
before, but it was like what he had to say was a little bit more poignant because it was right during the
Yeah,
Iraq
like,
War, and he wanted to honor his friend that was actually fighting in the war.
I didn't disagree with his speech. I just didn't like how he handled it.
Yeah,
I
he was
feel like
pretentious as
the
fuck.
approach. Yeah, the approach was a bit like arrogant,
He
Yes.
was off for a while.
which
He
I was really surprised about because also like by the way, Brutalist is a beautiful movie.
Was he
like-
drunk?
What's it about?
I don't think so.
Architecture.
architecture, like
Seriously?
brutalist architecture.
Yeah.
And it's about the guy that made that architecture and how he survived World War II and
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything. He went for
and
like
how
another Holocaust movie, basically.
he went to America to like live the American dream type of thing, but obviously like the American dream doesn't exist.
It's funny because this
So
speech sounds opposite of what Kieran Culkin did, which he seemed to be very, very nice about the guy. He's like, yeah, I see you counting me down and things like this.
Kieran Culkin also is getting a little bit of flack because people are saying if a woman went up there and said, "Hey, make sure you give me 2 more kids," people would be like, "What the fuck?"
But that was a joke. That
Yeah,
I
he
think
was-
it's
Yeah.
a joke.
Hey,
Like,
I'm reporting what people are saying. I do not agree with them. I think it's fucking weird that people got mad.
They got
This-
mad at a guy talking to his wife. 2 more kids.
His wife,
Yeah.
He's
his
sharing-
wife made the joke to him. If you get an Oscar,
Yeah.
I'll give you a 4th kid. And he made the joke in front of everyone, and
Yeah.
she mouthed it
It's
at the
playful.
awards. Yeah, she mouthed it. It's true.
Yeah.
But people
Yeah.
are getting mad because they said it's like, but it's true. They both said it's true. Why are you upset?
She wasn't getting angry
He's not
at him.
forcing
there.
her at gunpoint, saying you have to give me a child. Like,
When I get up there, I ain't saying shit.
but honestly, what I
Seriously, yeah.
realized
do
with
Andre
these
3000.
shows, there's always gonna be someone mad. Like,
Yeah.
who cares?
If someone's happy, there's 3 people who are mad about it. It's okay.
Exactly.
Shout out
yeah,
to
I don't
Conan
know.
O'Brien.
Adrien Brody, I was happy that he won the Oscar because I do think he deserved it. The movie was really good and his performance was amazing.
Hmm.
But yeah, his speech was disappointing a little bit.
Very
Not,
disappointing.
but not because of the content, just how he dealt with it was a
Yeah.
little,
Yeah.
a little odd. But maybe that was his way of like.
Being a
because-
bad performer?
Getting revenge.
No, I was gonna say because Oscars is a very like pretentious, prestigious type of.
Yeah, they all have fake
Organization?
sticks up their asses.
It's very
So
snobby.
maybe he was doing that in to kind of snob them, and in
Oof.
that sense, like I can kind of get it. It's just the way it looked. It didn't really
Yeah,
look.
because
I think you're giving him a
had
lot of
yeah,
extra
I was gonna say
credit.
that's too much credit to
Yeah.
Adrien Brody.
I would
No,
I would
because-
agree with Ness.
Well, because what he said, the things
Yeah,
he was talking about, were I agree with.
Oh
Like,
no, don't get me wrong. I
would-
agreed with the things he said, but his delivery was horrible, and I don't know that this was him being like, "Let me be snobby because this is a snobby audience." I did that,
Well,
but
I kind of agree with Ness because like when he won, it was like the 2000s, and now it's 25, like basically 25 years later,
Yeah.
20 years later, and he came back and won another one.
yeah,
You know, so
and he's in a
like,
small
and he
group.
was like he
Yeah.
had
I
dipped,
I
like his thing had dipped for some time.
Yeah.
I could be
Which
reading
is
it
it-
wrong, but I'm
which is-
hoping that's what it is.
I would also, Joss, I would say from what I'm hearing, because I've been listening to a bunch of industry podcast stuff.
Yeah.
One of the reasons there was a dip is because of this pretentious attitude.
Mm.
There's a reason people didn't want to work with him as much.
There's a reason why he has that big nose up
Mm.
there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the pretentious and snob energy came to him a little too natural. Is my thing. But that's-
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you're-
I
if pe-
agree.
People with their nose up in the air will never look you in the eye. You know what I mean? So
It's like how Paul Dano plays a racist too easily. Just sometimes
Yo,
you're just like-
right? How you
Yeah.
know?
Anyways, Honora won Best Picture, The Brutalist, The Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Emilia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, Wicked, Wash, all done.
Watch them.
Best Actress, Honora, Mickey Madison won. Everyone said this was Demi Moore's chance. Thoughts, Ness? Because
So my pick, my hope was actually Demi Moore or Mikey Madison.
okay,
Um,
hedging your bets.
I personally would have chosen Demi Moore over Mikey Madison.
Right.
However, Mikey Madison was she did put on an Oscar worthy performance, so I can't say she doesn't deserve it.
Okay,
But if I had to compare them, I would give it to Demi Moore. And
I
also,
would assume
I don't
they
think she
didn't-
ever won.
No,
no, she's
No,
never won.
That's the reason. Why
That's
they're
why
saying
this
that.
was
Yeah.
everyone was saying this is
Yeah.
her chance. This is it, and then
Yeah.
that's what happened.
And
now
I would
shove-
assume
shove
they
her
wouldn't have
movie
given it
to life.
I would assume they wouldn't have given it to a horror movie too.
That's a
What do you
very
mean?
strong point.
The Substance is more genre, a
yeah.
more genre movie. And usually they kind of like
Yeah, but
we
even
don't wanna give it to-"
Honora is not really the typical genre. Like a
Honora is
Oscar-
Gen Z.
No, when I mean
woman.
genre, I mean like horror, action. I mean
Oh,
like
okay,
very
okay. Because
you
it's
know,
a
not
drama. Yeah.
not drama, not prestigious. It's just like it's a more of a body horror movie. You know, like they would probably be a little snooty, or some people are like, oh, I don't want to see a horror movie.
Right. Now that I think about it, I don't really know any actors that won for horror.
Homie, horror and comedy. I don't think they ever win. That's one of the
Yeah,
things.
It's
that's true.
exceptionally rare. It's exceptionally rare.
Best
Unless someone dies, and then they give it to them
Yeah.
posthumously. So like Heath Ledger winning
Right.
for
Right.
Batman.
right.
The
Yeah.
fact that yeah.
Yeah.
You were gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say one thing. One thing I'll give the Oscars this year, considering I don't usually watch Oscars, just like I didn't watch last year's. It's nice to know that the most like video camera moment is just Adam Sandler being in like his regular clothes and being heckled, as opposed to like Will Smith going up and slapping someone.
Right.
Yeah.
I will give the Oscars this year. Like you policed it better this year
Well,
compared to last.
Only last year? Really? Oh.
No, that was
only
2
last
years.
year, yeah.
No,
I thought it was
dude,
last-
yeah.
That was last year's.
Will Smith slapping at the Oscars was last year. It's not 2 years ago.
I'm
No, it
pretty
was
sure.
2 years ago, I think.
2 years ago, man.
Someone go to the internet.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure it's 2 years ago.
That's for sure 2 years.
I think one thing that I thought that was pretty funny, 2022.
Oh, it's 3 years
3
ago.
years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Last,
I don't
they
know
tone
why.
that shit way down. That's what I'm saying. Man.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
There was a
Shout out
writer's
to
strike.
Conan though. Like
happened.
I said it earlier, Conan was a great host.
I think something
Yeah,
that
he
was
was.
really funny about that joke with Timothy Chalamet and Adam Sandler is that I think that was like a long setup. So I saw videos of Timothy Chalamet talking about, oh, I play basketball with Adam Sandler, and he like goes in hard at like when you play basketball with him. And then at the Golden Globes, was it Eliza? I forgot her name, the elder millennial comedian girl. She was the host, and then she said Timothy Chalamet's name sounds like something Adam Sandler would yell. And then Adam Sandler was mic'd up, and then he's like Chalamet, and then cut to this,
That's funny.
and then it's like that same joke, but he actually like
Smart.
really goes all in on it, and Conan can't stop laughing. He's trying to not break, and he's just done.
Conan was
good.
good. For a director,
Sorry.
I was just gonna ask you more about Oscars. Well, essentially, what's your biggest take from the Oscars? Because we're not gonna go through the whole list, but
Well, I didn't watch A Complete Unknown.
okay,
Um,
that's a Chalamet Bob Dylan movie.
yeah, that's the
Right,
one he
okay.
won for. Didn't like his speech really.
at the
Oh,
SAG.
Chalamet-
You're talking about SAG Awards.
Oh,
Oh,
okay, so I
sorry,
was about
sorry.
to-
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
getting confused.
Yeah, he won at the SAG Awards.
Sorry,
Adrien
yes.
Brody won at this award for
Yeah,
best actor.
sorry. I was confusing the award show,
Too many.
but I haven't seen Complete Unknown,
Okay.
so I wonder how that was and if it was worth the hype. Wicked, I was surprised didn't win as much as I thought they would.
Right. A lot of people thought that giving Wicked. A lot of people thought the nominations for Wicked was to get the people watching because people wanted to see.
Mm,
And the fact that some of the actors, like Bowen Yang
Okay.
being front row at the Oscars, was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, Bowen Yang is cool, and he's on SNL, and he was in Wicked. But how do you get the front row of the Oscars, and you're just a guy from SNL? Like,
Yeah,
no
that's
shade to
true.
him, but when
no,
you
it's
look at
true.
the front row of the Oscars at other times, Bowen, like a cast member from SNL, doesn't tend to get front row at the Oscars.
That's true.
So it was stuff like that where I was like, yes, you
I
guys are
think
marketing to the Gen Z kids.
There might be some people, I mean, if you mean like current cast members, yes, but like probably former cast members like Bill Murray.
No,
and-
I'm talking like
Current.
when you had the
Like
Oscars in 1990,
Yeah.
the cast members from 1990 were not popping
yeah,
up.
yeah. That's what I mean.
front row
Like,
at the
active-
Oscars.
that's what I mean.
yeah.
Active.
Yeah, but that's the point. Bowen Yang is a
Okay.
current
Yeah.
active member.
It
Yeah.
would be it'd make more sense for Adam Sandler to be front and center,
Yes.
as opposed to not taking anything away from like that
Mhm.
guy's ability or anything, but like
No, not at all.
front row is kind of like respect.
Front row is like you're probably winning something. If you first of all, they usually sit you aisle or front row if you're winning something. So Bowen Yang, who wasn't nominated for anything, I was just like, the Culturista podcast, him and his podcast co-host were front row, which I thought was weird. Jaws.
I think they probably need a little more people of color in the front to make it look a
Mm.
little
Oh.
diversity
And
covered.
LGBT and LGBTQIA.
They
He's a
applied
twofer.
He's a twofer, yeah.
Twofer.
they applied the diversity card.
Yeah.
Could be. Could be.
I wouldn't be shocked if the Oscars
I-
did that, if we're being
I think
honest.
something I did like about the Oscars were the bits were really good. The Ben Stiller doing the set design.
That was a very good one. That was a good
Yeah.
one.
really good. The costume design with Bowen Yang coming out in his costume from Wicked and everyone else just normal.
Yeah.
And he's like,
What?
That's why. That's probably why.
Yeah,
You
someone
got- you
did
got-
say
you
he was
got- you
probably
got-
front row because he was a presenter.
Yeah.
Mm. So I don't know if you guys saw A Real Pain, but that's the one that Kieran Culkin won.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Second
Oh, the
Actor.
traveling one with Eisenberg. Okay.
Yeah. Really good movie. You guys should check it out. I'm happy he won, but he does tend to play the same role.
Right.
I find.
Which Robert Downey Jr. kind of called him out for being like, you're just playing a younger version of me.
So he keeps saying the
That-
same
that-
role.
Ooh.
So he's always expected to wet the bed. Is that what he's?
I mean,
No.
it's not the same though. I wouldn't say it's not the same. It's not the same.
I think one of the things with Kieran Culkin is he is a talented actor.
Yeah.
I do think though, when I see the characters he's playing, he plays the same energy with a different mask. Like the face and the reactions to thing are different, but the energy, like the kind of anxious, slightly annoying thing,
Yeah.
like being all in someone's face, he's done
Yeah.
that in multiple roles over and over and
Then-
over.
So then his
Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim role would probably be his most different then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Scott
Yes,
Pilgrim's
I'm
probably
saying
his
I'm saying
different.
now, like it's only
Yeah.
now that since
It's-
Succession, it's only
Yeah.
since Succession that he's been kind of like coming up more.
Of course,
But
yeah.
I
And his
just feel
interview
like
with
he's-
Domingo.
Yeah. That was actually really good. I watched it.
It was so good.
But I just find he's just playing the same, like similar roles. He's playing them really well.
Of
It
course.
just- It's just it doesn't. He's not showing much versatility.
It doesn't feel like there's range in
Yeah.
the performances.
Yeah.
Which is the comment that, love Robert Downey Jr. Robert, when he gets nominated for stuff, though, is like so different from what he is. Like when he's in Oppenheimer and he's like a completely different person.
He
Like
lost
there's
a lot of weight.
yeah, but there's also times where like you see an actor lose themselves in a role, and in Oppenheimer he lost himself.
Mm.
And I was just like, okay, because I said, I was like, oh, yo, he's so different in this from other projects. Whereas
Yeah.
Kieran Culkin, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
But and now that he's won the trophy for doing this. I'm like, hopefully he knows that he has
do
to.
something different now.
Yeah, you got to step it up.
But
That or he's just gonna have 4 kids and fuck off.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
true.
like, you know what I mean? Like,
True,
hey,
true,
that's not
true,
for money,
true.
buddy. I'm out. Peace.
Four
Yeah.
kids and the trophy, he's done it.
Like,
he doesn't,
like-
doesn't owe anybody anything.
I would be retiring.
I call it the Macklemore. Get your shit and leave. Be out. The Macklemore.
Get your shit and leave.
Yeah,
I
man.
do like the
Macklemore.
memes of him. He's like there with his Pepsi. And he's just like smiling in Home Alone 1.
he seems a
Oscar
lot.
winner.
He seems a lot like his characters, like in real life.
He's
Yeah.
dead.
So that's probably why he's so good at it.
Maybe more down, but maybe more down to earth. I
But
like him and Domingo
I could
talking. He's
see
like, I get my
him-
own coffee. What are you doing?
yeah, that was good.
I
But I
roll
could see him. I could see him playing some like villain roles if he taps into that.
I could see him playing douchebag roles.
I mean, he's done
He's already
douchebag,
done
though.
it.
That's
He's
the
already
thing, yeah.
done it.
Okay.
That's his character in.
We need
in,
something new.
Succession.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, because you guys are
Yeah.
saying that Scott Pilgrim was very opposite of everything else. I'm like, he was a huge douchebag, so I was assuming that because I haven't seen him in a lot of things.
No, I don't think he was a douchebag. And Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim's a douchebag, and he's
Yeah.
calling Scott Pilgrim out on his douchebaggery.
Yeah,
Constantly.
isn't the thing in Scott Pilgrim that he's more like aloof? He's just like fine, whatever. Like he doesn't really.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess.
like,
Speaking of, you know what? Fuck a pivot. Daredevil, y'all. Let's go. Let's
Let's
Wait.
jump down
We're
that-
not gonna
oh,
mention that Zoe Saldana won her first Oscar.
Oh sure.
yay.
I don't know, man.
Brian, do you have a cricket sound effect?
Well, I mean, it's only because in the press conference when they confronted her about the film, and her whole response was like, "I'm sorry you feel that way." I was kind of like, "Nah, fuck you." I don't know.
Was Netflix. Netflix. Everybody across the board that was on that film were just like, nah, whatever.
Yeah, but I mean,
whatever.
Because
Zoe-
of the situation
you.
with
No, like the film itself, people from Mexican community has said this movie doesn't reflect our community, and have said,
It never came to us at all.
And everybody
They
in the
never
movie's
checked
like
us.
gang.
and that's it. Exactly what Ski said. People like anytime someone's asked about the movie, they're just like, "Well, I'm sorry you feel that way," and it's just like, homie, you're giving that you're giving like gaslitty boyfriend replies at the Oscars in the back room. Like, I'm sorry. As soon as I saw
really?
that reaction, I was just no. When she won the trophy and she's on stage, I was like, "Yo, congratulations!" And then I heard her answering those questions. I was like, "Oh, you're a gaslit boyfriend." I should have known
didn't
that
know
when I
that.
watched your ass running around on the Taylor Sheridan show as a lioness, being like, "Do you love America?" and telling people, "I will sacrifice your life to protect the American way." And it's like, oh yeah, I should have known this is how you roll. So good for you, Saldana. You got a trophy, but you can also now go cuddle up to the whiteness that you feel comfortable with, and I'm okay with that.
You guys,
Alright,
I think you guys
Daredevil.
feel so.
At least she didn't win. At least she didn't win it
so
for
weird.
playing.
You guys just turn your back on her so quick. It's,
Oh,
it's a new type of Oscar
I-
curse here.
I
Because
actually-
that always happens. Halle Berry,
I didn't
Helen
know
Hunt.
about
Now this is happening to her. You guys turn your
Aw.
back so quick.
I never. Who turned their back on Halle Berry?
Yeah, no one turned her
She-
back on
she-
Halle Berry.
when she
Who turned their back
No,
on Halle
when-
Berry?
when-
We are going
when,
for them.
when Halle Berry won her Oscar, she was in a bit of a rut for a while. She didn't have anything
Oh,
coming in. That's all I'm
You're
trying to
talking
say.
about Hollywood. I'm talking about Zoe Saldana is the star of a show on Paramount that is written by Taylor Sheridan, in which the
Oh.
show's entire premise is the all-American way, and you are willing to sacrifice any and all people, but the show tends to sacrifice people of color and LGBTQIA characters, and Taylor Sheridan and all his little friends get to go on Paramount and CBS and go, the American way is very white and very proud, but they throw Zoe Saldana and Nicole Kidman in the front row with Morgan Freeman sitting in an office, and they get to go, see? People of color in the American way, fuck that shit. Like, Linus is such a
And then
fake
also
show.
Zoe Saldana played Nina Simone.
Oh my god, let's not bring that up. Where she
No, there you go.
blackfaced
So I'm
herself.
like,
It's like,
Wait,
Huh?
what? No.
How's
no.
that possible? What?
Yes.
oh guys, have we never shown this?
Wait.
Okay.
How did I hear the term Zoe Saldana blackfaced herself?
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
so
No, this
confused.
How does that make sense? I'm just asking.
Because
Have
have
you
you-
clarified
so-
that statement?
Hold on.
No. I just want to understand. How does that?
Dave.
Isn't she black? Like,
Stop.
I'm so confused.
Yes, but if you want me to explain it, you
Go.
got to stop
Go.
talking for 2
I'm
seconds.
so confused.
Have you ever seen the movie Bamboozled? with Spike Lee.
No, unfortunately. Not.
Okay, so black
I know.
people can paint their face black, and that is still a form of blackface. So if you are Zoe Saldana and you get cast to play Nina Simone, and you know it, Jaws, let me at least finish, man. God damn, y'all.
She's Dominican.
I'm literally explaining it. What you're saying? Hold on.
I don't know if that changes anything, but she's Dominican.
No. By all means, Dominican, I get it, but she did go and do a movie, and they made her significantly darker to play the role.
And she was the producer of that movie too, if I remember right.
No, because Dave.
Those are all problematic things.
I'm saying she's Dominican.
So
I mean, she's technically Afro-Latina, but still.
What's her husband look like?
The thing I was gonna
He's a
say.
white guy.
The thing I was gonna say was, imagine we're doing a movie about Skinny's life, and then you get me to play Skinny, and then you paint my face darker to play Skinny instead of hiring somebody with the same complexion as Skinny.
Yeah,
that's not a good look. So
I want to see you with a do-rag on right now.
And this and that, but
I didn't know this though.
You have to take on more makeup to be darker.
So I'm just gonna share this image on the screen, and I apologize.
Oh shit!
I apologize to the fans.
You have to put the both.
It's. I'll put this one first because this one's pretty damning, dude. Like it doesn't.
Ness doesn't want to be a part of this.
Oh shit!
So for anyone who's listening to the podcast, I would highly recommend going to look.
The background almost looks like her actual skin color, and then there's the black face.
But why did she agree to this?
He produced it. Hold on, let me double check. Let me make sure I get this right.
Why would she think that's okay?
I love Skinny. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you gotta go into the IMDb and then get the trailer still image.
The trailer still image?
Oh man.
I'm losing respect for her by the minute. This is crazy.
Oh man, she channeled her inner Gamora. What the fuck? Oh my god! Oh my god!
I don't know if I should laugh at that. I don't know if I'm allowed to laugh at these things.
Sad and disappointing.
I have this one.
Producer, my bad.
Oh man,
I have this one too.
Wow.
You got another one?
Well,
Wow,
Jaws said
canceling her right now.
Jaws said we really needed to do the side by side, so I was just like, all right, so this is the side by side. I would really love for people to go to the YouTube.
Mississippi.
Wait a minute, that was 2016.
Oh shit, this happened. Oh man,
2016. That wasn't even long ago.
That was after Guardians 2, or
yeah. She already had Marvel money.
Oh
she had already completed the movie. The movie was already filmed, already edited, already out, and she's like, I should have done this role. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, if she
so all this to say,
hurt. I'm like so hurt by this.
Yeah, all this to say, so sorry. You know, because this all started with Ness being like, no love for Zoe. I shouldn't have just blasted Zoe like that because her winning the trophy is an achievement.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
She's the first Dominican actress to win an Oscar, from what she was saying.
Yeah.
So that is
Dominican Afro.
Right, and that is important.
Well,
it's just sorry.
I don't think she identifies as Afro though.
Oh
no, okay. She does not. But that's okay. You don't have to identify. You just are.
Right.
To all the mixed babies out there who say I'm half, it's just like
that's
yes,
the thing.
you are.
I don't know if people think Afro Latino means like half black and half.
Oh yeah. True.
Some people think that, but that's not what it is.
True. So, I tried, like I've watched Lioness the show, and I've tried to not hold that against her when I watch the show. But every time I watch the show, I watch the show because I'm like, what do you guys think is America? Like, well, and you guys as in them. And them over there who are like angry about I guess if anything the opposite of the mandem.
You're right. Excuse me. Putting it back. Try and put back the picture.
Oh, shit, dude. Get this out of here. Let me talk about a blind man with a stick. Fuck out of here, dude. What are you doing?
All right, Daredevil.
Oh man, we got 2 minutes left, so let me just cook. Shit.
I almost want to make that the cover of the episode. This picture of her.
My goodness.
Do the comparison. Do the side by side. Make that.
I should put this picture of her and replace the text that says Zoe Saldana, David Oyelowo, and just write Academy Award winner Zoe Saldana, and just her with the fake fro and blackface. Anyways, sorry y'all. I didn't mean to break anyone's dreams. You look so sad.
That was a 10-minute rant.
I mean, I am a little sad.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ness.
You're gonna have to drink a bottle of wine.
See, this is why
after.
you also don't do reviews of movies you like with Brian and something. It's like what you're feeling is like when he talked about Shazam.
Yeah.
This is what made me like how you're feeling. That's what he does sometimes.
You just gotta remind
Brian's
Brian
a
that he
little
pays
too
money
good
to see
ranting.
bad movies.
Brian might just shit on your favorite actor or actress. He just might.
And there's another and this is
With
also
actual facts that make them a bad person, so you
Yeah.
can't even like rebuttal or nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you
This
just
is-
gotta sit there and take it.
This is why we double down about the fact that Brian's not allowed superhuman power.
Exactly. This is a triple down on that.
It'll be chronicle all over again.
I would 100% be a villain, and I
Oh,
say
This
that
world
every time.
so quick.
Chronicle all over
Good
again.
times. Speaking of villains, hey, now we got a good
Yeah,
pivot.
there you go.
Speaking of
And
villains,
speaking of villains,
Speaking of villains,
we got to watch the first 2 episodes of Daredevil. Ness, I'm sorry, you look so upset.
yes, he
it
did.
looks like she genuinely wants to leave this. I don't think she's coming back to the next episode, guys. I think she's broken.
I hate
Daredevil.
finding things out like about
There you go.
about, about celebrities that I like. Now I
Like,
can't
yeah.
like her anymore.
You can.
You can still like her as an actress. You just
No, I can't. Now that I found it out,
Come on.
I have a hard time separating. Like once I find things out like this, I have a hard time separating it.
Next week she's gonna be like, "Well, I'm gonna go to Will Ferrell and Jim Carrey now because all my heroes are destroyed."
Okay. Again.
Speaking of destroyed heroes,
Yeah, there you go. Hey, another Skinny, you hit us first. Your take.
I know people are mad about things, and they said they were going to change stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. CGI was a little wonky.
Oh, thank you. I'm
This
so happy.
nigga
You
should
did
not
it.
be swinging. Leave that to Spider-Man and them Sony flicks and that Marvel movie. Don't be doing that. That might have been the shit that they didn't cut, and they're like, "Listen, we're not gonna put like another VFX team through slave trade. Like, fuck that. Let's just keep this bullshit." Because listen, this show was made during like the whole writer strike and VFX shutdown and all that. So like, they were like, "Do we spend another 10 to 2.3 million on trying to make this nigga swing and make it look good?" Or do we just keep this and just make the dark, just darken the hell out of it? Dark. Because
that was part of the problem,
really
though.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys thought everything was dark. Okay, that's
It was dark.
It was supposed to be because that's
No,
why
I'm
they was doing bullshit.
talking about so I rewatched season 3 right before watching this, and one thing that was throwing me off the entire time is that like they are filming it very similarly. Matt is moving the same way as he did in the other series, but like there's a light on all the time now. Like usually it's all gritty, all our scenes. I found
Theatrical.
Polish.
I think
but
what we're seeing is Disney money.
yeah, but the thing is, you're supposed to be on the streets. You got to leave that. Like
You're
Quentin
not
Tarantino
getting the same show
griminess
from
on it.
2014. Fuck out of here. Stop.
Yeah,
it.
but it's still
Don't be that
Daredevil.
guy. Don't be that guy.
I am going to be that guy.
You
You should have put a shade on it.
Season 1 premiered in what? 2014. The last season was when?
I don't
2018, I think.
Thank you.
But I kind of
Daniel,
agree with
sitting
Dave.
here-
It
I
kind of
hear you, but
it kind of looks like a set.
Born Again.
Yeah.
It shouldn't look like a
It says it in the name.
Born again.
It doesn't matter, dude.
Yeah.
Before
It's
it
not-
looked like
It's not Rumpa-Tum-Tum. We're continuing on. It's Born Again.
What whack ass white things are you trying to say to me? What is wrong with you? Who are you? Get out of here.
No, that sounds like a very old Caribbean
What is
thing.
this?
That sounds
You're talking
really
about your
old.
thumb necks? Like, what are you talking about? There's gonna be an egg that falls off a wall. What are you doing?
This episode is a mess. This episode is a mess.
So back to what I was
my
saying.
God.
I hate to say it was too white on the screen. It needed to be darker. That's all I'm saying, because there was always a light behind him, which was weird for Daredevil.
He's just out in the moonlight, and the moonlight's just super bright for no reason.
Yeah, pretty
When
much.
night looks like the sun literally went down now it's happening. Like, come on.
I will say New York does have a lot of street light light pollution. I just want to throw that in.
But
I will say
right, but like, is it shot like he's?
It's just always lit. He's always lit, Jaws. Like, think of it as in like everything that he's doing, they're figuring out a way to light him so that you see it. And even when he's walking around the apartment, it wasn't as dark as when it used to be. So I do understand
Not same apartment.
No, I know, but like just the idea that like when he had the other apartment, it had a light outside the window, and in most of it was shadows. But because he's blind, it didn't matter to him. But in this new place, even like there's just lights. Everything just seemed way brighter. It almost felt like it. Sorry,
it's Hydro Bill.
Hydro.
I want it. I want it. I want it. Go on.
What I found weird also is that I feel like they reused his apartment set as his new office set.
They did.
That was weird.
That was funny.
That was weird.
The new office of Murdoch McDuffie, the entire layout of that office is the old set from his old apartment.
Yeah.
Maybe it is his old apartment.
I think it is.
But why?
Yeah.
Why? That's a perfect example of why. Like, why? Why?
I want
my friend died, which let's also talk about that for 2 seconds. You ruined like the vibe 5 minutes into this show.
Well, the reason why I didn't talk about it because it didn't. Really, what did Foggy do? Like, he was
Hold on,
cool,
I want to
he was
ground
mad,
him.
but like he was grounding him, but he was always be like, Matt, you don't need to do this. Matt, you're gonna kill. Like, he's always on his ass. He's on his ass.
No, but all I'm saying, first of all,
I didn't know we were going there that fast. My apologies if you were listening to this.
He was messing around with homegirl from the Matrix. Like, he wasn't really. I mean, like,
no, but let's put it this way: your first story arc in the first new season is the exact same story arc of the last season. The last, except for now, it was a mental pain, whereas the last time it was a physical pain. At the beginning of season 3 is the ending of Defenders, where he gets brutally the building collapses on him, and what's her name? So he's like, I'm not being Daredevil anymore because I'm in pain, I'm hurting, blah 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 blah. Now, oh no, my friend died, so now I'm pain, I'm mentally hurt. Now I'm not Daredevil anymore. I'm like, no, why?
Because I carelessly threw a man's face first.
Yeah, that's
building,
more why.
It
wasn't the loss of
Still, I'm just saying you don't. The fact that the first story arc is I'm fighting whether or not I'm going to be Daredevil anymore. Come on.
So I'll tell you why I knew that's what the story was going to be. When the original story was, all the leaks were happening, they originally said that the show was going to be Matt Murdock, attorney at law, and was going to be a heavy amount of law, like legalese and case stuff. He's not in the suit for most of the show. He's in a courtroom. And you can tell when you're watching the first 2 episodes, the story was originally going to be him versus Kingpin. Kingpin, by the way, so again, spoilers. The Kingpin is now the mayor of New York. And he has to win over the police because the police know what he's about. So he has to win over the police. A cop gets killed. Kingpin needs to win over the police. So he's going to go hard with the DA's office against the cop killer. Matt ends up becoming the lawyer for the cop killer. And it's now, instead of them meeting in the streets like they used to, they're meeting in the courtroom. And the show is going to be a political legal thriller about Matt fighting Kingpin on that front, with the Kingpin still having flashes of being a criminal and stuff like that in his relationship with his wife. And Matt eventually, ideally, if they wrote the story well, would have had to put the suit on because he would need to be Daredevil to finish out. You can only do so much with the legal system because we got a lot of that. Him going with the bullseye stuff and telling Karen at the beginning, you know, I'm doing this, I'm letting the legal system handle it the whole way through, was a nod to what I think the original story was supposed to be. Yes. But I don't think that's where they're at now. Oh, you're chipsing?
I'm chips into that.
This man,
over here. Damn, you've been around us too long.
Over here.
Wow, Brian, we gonna get in trouble for that?
I know. We taught him too well.
They're gonna come after us.
Well, once he can do this well, that's when we're really in trouble.
Strips is kind of. I mean, I don't know. At least Trinidad's gonna come after us.
Yeah, true. Big facts. Yeah, to the Trinidadians.
All I'm saying is you wait 7 years and you basically. I wait 7 years for you in the first 7 minutes to tell me I'm not going to see him in the suit for who knows when is annoying.
By episode 3, he'll be
straight up annoying.
Yeah, he'll be back in the suit, but yeah.
I like the freak out at the end of episode 2.
Yes.
I thought that was cool. I preferred the action in episode 2 because episode 1, the action looked CGI'd, which genuinely upset me.
Had to keep somebody old shit.
No,
Yeah.
the old story, it was all him and stunt doubles. When they're fighting in like the foggy type,
Yeah.
I'm not meaning the character, I mean it's a foggy type atmosphere.
Right.
Just want to make that clear for people listening. You could tell it's CGI. Or at least I thought it was.
Very CGI. Well, I mean,
It could be filmed, but I thought it was CGI.
no. All of that was CGI. It wasn't practical. Him swinging around was CGI background. Him being
but
inside.
even him doing like jump kicks at the guy and stuff, I'm like,
Oh,
like there's a scene where it's like they're kind of fighting shadowy, like
yeah,
they
you're
look
saying
like
they didn't
shadows.
yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Or if it was real, the reason why it looked like that is because you put too much light in the damn thing.
Yeah. So ultimately, I think it's relatively good.
Oh yeah, the actual story is good.
The actual story is good.
I'm nitpicking at the few things I didn't like. Overall, I
Yeah.
did enjoy it. I just want to make that clear.
Like, as some of the kids have been saying, we're back.
Yeah.
We're back.
Except for how is Foggy being back for season 2?
Don't worry.
Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about it, man. We got clones. We got freaking other dimensions, man. Nigga, come on.
Oh, can we take a second to acknowledge the nod to Spider-Man?
Oh yeah,
We got a
Oh,
Spider-Man nod. in
I
this.
like that.
costumes. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. I actually was hoping that we were going to hear because was that Jay Jonah? That wasn't Jay Jonah who was doing that.
No.
But I was hoping that they would put a Jay Jonah at some point in the show
Not too
because
late.
he's in New York. It would make sense, and they've established that Jonah's in this New York.
100% agree with you, but they are not going to put all that money out to
Pay
J.K.
him for
Simmons.
what? Yeah, come on.
Yeah, to come in and be like, kill the spider. It's like,
No, you can
you can do
make
five
him do a
lines.
voice. You can make him do a voice. and
hey
then-
man, he's doing Omni-Man over on Invincible, killing it. He don't got time.
and them.
He don't got time for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's I really liked it. I liked the first 2 episodes. I thought the action was good. I thought the CGI was bad. Skinny, 100% agree with you. We don't need to see him swinging. Don't do it.
I don't
It
need
doesn't
that.
look good.
And don't do that.
Yeah, Netflix. One of the things about Netflix that worked so well was Netflix would do the thing that the old school shows would do, where like you see him throw the thing and he goes out of frame.
Yeah.
Do that,
And then he
Stick to
just lands on top of
yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might do a little thing where it comes
Yeah,
back. You're like,
yeah.
okay, I'm good.
Just stick
I
to
have an
that.
imagination. I'm great. I don't need
Yeah.
to see-
The only good thing CW did was that.
Yeah,
That's the only good thing they contributed.
because this CGI stuff, you guys spent all this money and all of us are watching it thinking, oh, that's ugly. So,
Oh,
Just have him fall off the building, flip around. Not even that. Just fall off the building, disappear, come back in the next frame.
Yeah.
but can we say one thing? It was so not believable that he did not die because he's not wearing a suit, right? Like his suit is like a mask. Like it's a
Who?
wait, who didn't die? Who
Bullseye?
didn't
bullseye falling from that hard.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's
Adamantium,
falling-
baby.
Huh?
What they put at him?
Adamantium, baby.
die? They put something in his body when they did his spine.
His spine's adamantium.
Yeah, not his face.
I mean, listen.
I mean, he landed face
Marvel,
first
dog.
from a 3.5-story building. You explode at that point.
Fine
See,
skull,
like,
feeling fine, looking dandy. You know what I mean?
I'm
Yeah.
just saying that was the one thing. Like when that happened, like, oh, okay, they killed him. And when he was moving, I'm like, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Like I don't
weren't
believe.
gonna
I'm
do
sorry.
something
There's
to it,
not. There's certain things not believable. That's not believable.
I didn't love it, but I mean, what were you gonna do? You're not gonna kill Bullseye off like
Theory
that.
time, yeah.
They
Basically,
just-
they probably killed all 3 of those people, and then when they went to review things and throw everything out, they were
Yeah.
like, "Let's just kill Foggy."
Yeah, I thought, yo,
Keep
100%.
carrying, throw it
Same
in
page,
San
same page.
Francisco for season 2, and bring back Bullseye because fuck are you doing?
same page, same
And
page,
That's it.
same
They were
page,
probably gonna dead off all 3 of them one time.
same page.
I
I
feel-
said the exact same thing. I was like, oh,
That's
these
what it looked
guys.
How
Yeah.
you gonna shoot mans in the belly and characters just are like, man, second shot one time, dog.
Yeah. That was crazy. And the fact that she didn't get down when the bullets were flying and instead is standing up, waving her hands like, what do I do? What do I do? I was like, yo, TV, please stop making people this dumb. It was
Inside
offensive
now.
to watch.
What was a cool reaction was when she heard the body splat behind her and she was worried that it was Matt for a moment.
No,
And she like creepily turns around, is like, has that relief look like it's just the bad guy. I was like, that made me laugh. Not gonna lie. I was there like, that's ridiculous.
I mean, I have to rewatch it to see that. I kind of felt like she was like, really, bro? Like,
Yeah,
now?
honestly, I honestly thought the same thing as Skinny. I thought she was making that face because she's just like, did this nigga just throw a man off
No,
the roof? That's what I thought.
I thought it was her reaction of thinking that Matt just like, because if you see, she's like shaking and then she starts shaking more when she sees it. And the second she turns around, she stops shaking a bit because she thought that Bullseye just threw him off the. That's what I thought.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's not
Okay.
how I took it, but okay.
She was just like, "Fam, did you really just throw a body right next to me while I'm holding a body?"
One thing I
know you're blind, but yo.
And one thing I did like though, I
Yeah.
liked that even though they kind of did it a little bit too much throughout the 2 episodes, but I still liked it. I like that they're like his sonaring, like him being able to tell, like, I'm hearing Foggy's heartbeat, and then when it
Yeah.
stops and stuff.
Brutal.
That I liked. I like that they're like, oh, I could distinct that there's a bunch of steps in front of me, but because of your weight and how you're walking, I could follow your footsteps and stuff. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, like,
More-
thank you
more
for like
money.
doing an upgrade. Like, it's nice.
Love it.
That's it. That's pretty much it, guys. We went a little wild on this one. I mean, you know, things happened, and I'm really sorry.
Man,
Ness is
Oh,
never-
sorry. Oh no,
Ness
I'm
isn't
sorry.
coming back.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to put up the picture of Nina Simone. Oh, sorry, Zoe Saldana. My apologies. That was a mistake. I didn't know that was there.
Yeah.
you got beef, bro.
Yeah, Bride for sure has beef with
It's a
her.
beef.
Oh, guys, that's not fair. I would never, ever have beef with her. I would never.
Oh my
I gotta.
Make
Oh.
him stop.
Oh no! I posted another one. What an unfortunate accident.
I'm starting to feel like Colin Jost on SNL swap jokes. Like, it's getting awkward.
That's the whole show, folks. That was a wild one. I loved it. I do sometimes when it goes off the rails, I'm like, are people gonna enjoy listening to this insanity? But it was fun. It was
Name the episode
grand.
Nina Simone.
all right. Nina Simone. I honestly, the thing that sucks is I actually made the cover for this one because I thought we talked about Daredevil so much more that I made a Daredevil cover. But I know for a fact I have to make the Nina Simone one because I talked about it so much. I have to make it the cover. And it's gonna be so offensive.
You should make it her standing over a dead Daredevil because that one went
Ooh.
so much more.
Putting her face. I'll try. I'll see what I can do. God damn it, you bad.
Oh my God, it's good.
Guys, that was a whole one. That was a crazy episode. We had a bunch of fun. Once again, we want to give a shout out to all the people who've been tuning in and the new subscribers. It's been great seeing the numbers go up. To the people who've been watching the shorts and everything, we appreciate y'all. Like I said, February was. Hey, you know what? Funny enough, I didn't say it before, but thank you, Black History Month. We saw the support because,
Yeah.
like,
It's like we're in March, we're talking about blackface. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. Thanks for joining.
Beware the eyes of Botch.
guys, we're out. Peace, everybody. It's crazy.
Dear Lord.
Oh my.